At no time did NEC has ever given any approval that all transactions above 10 million kina that needs to come to Cabinet for its approval did not happen.
The announcement was made in the presence of other coalition members. Two will be caretakers of the vacated ministries.
All the Ministry for State Enterprises will be taken care of by the Honourable Charles Abel, while at the same time looking after the Planning Ministry. And the Ministry for Defence will be looked after by Honourable Mao Zeming, the Minister for Fisheries.
This is the result of a line of questioning and investigations following this question in Parliament last week.
What is the exact amount paid for the land? Is it 61 million or 50 million, or what is the exact amount paid? What is the size of the land? Question 2. And question 3, who has the title for the land?
The Prime Minister has conducted his own initial investigations and has come to some concerning conclusions. That 78 million kina of public money was paid to private individuals for land that should already belong to the state.
It appears that individual government agencies have taken it upon themselves without proper checks and balances to undertake land acquisition arrangements.
The sidelining of the two ministers is only the start of suspension of people who may have been involved in the land deals.
Further recommended to NEC as of today, and tomorrow when NEC sits, we will be recommending for the suspension of the Secretary for Defence, the suspension of the Secretary of Department of Lands and Physical Planning, the suspension of the Valuer General, the suspension of the Managing Director of Kumul Consolidated Holdings, the suspension of the Managing Director of MVIL, again pending this outcome of this investigation.
The Commission of Inquiry could go down in PNG's history as one with the shortest time frame.
A significant focus of this investigation will be on the sale and purchase of portion 406 in Manumanu at the cost of over 46 million kina by Kumul Consolidated Holdings, and also portions 422 for 7.2 million kina, portion 423 for 9.2 million kina by the Department of Defence. Other land transfers to be investigated are land portion 406 that is owned by Kuramba Estate Limited, portion 422 owned by Flystone Limited, portion 423 owned by Kosi Investment Limited. In addition to that, Department of Defence acquired further portion 698 behind ATS at the cost of 15.4 million kina from Kitoro number 64 Limited.
Along with the Commission of Inquiry, the Prime Minister will be making referrals to the Police Fraud Squad and the Ombudsman Commission.
This investigation will include the investigation of conduct of senior officials of the Department of Defence, Department of Lands and Physical Planning, Kumul Consolidated Holdings, Office of the Valuer General, Office of the State Solicitor, Department of Treasury, and the Motor Vehicles Insurance Trust. These investigations will also include private sectors, people who owned those portions of land, and how everybody else who were involved in the sale of this particular land. I have also noted, as I said, funding of 406, portion 406, which was derived from MVIL as part of this investigation. And again, it will look into the conduct of the board and the management of both MVIL and KCH.
As for the recovery of the money that has already been paid, steps will be taken to recoup it.
One of the recommendations to Cabinet tomorrow is we are seeking legal advice how we can freeze some of the funds that we have already stopped being transferred from one bank to the other to protect public interest. We have to do it in a legally acceptable manner. These are directions that are beyond my powers. So Cabinet will quickly look into it And the directions is that many of these assets will be frozen, and in the best interest to save public monies that has been paid out unnecessarily.
Sarah Aupong, National MTV News.